Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch has sold over 15.7 million copies. That apparently makes it the best-selling fighting game of all time, overtaking Street Fighter II's 15.5 million. Street Fighter II arrived in arcades in 1991 and was ported to the SNES and Sega Genesis the following year. That 15.5 million number comes from digital trends, but it isn't clear if they're adding up all of the arcade cabinets sold along with all the various console ports over the years. Remember, it was ported to the Sega Master System and Commodore 64, among other platforms. Capcom itself says that the SNES version of Street Fighter II sold 6.3 million units alone. But we do know for sure that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has moved 15.7 million copies in 11 months. That number comes from Nintendo's official financial reports. That makes it the second best-selling game on Switch, behind Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which has moved 19 million copies. Now, Mortal Kombat 11, released this past April, is the second best-selling game of 2019, behind NBA 2K20. However, for a 12-month period ending September 2019, which would include the release of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mortal Kombat drops to number 5, behind Ultimate, which is number 3, behind Red Dead Redemption 2 and Black Ops 4. I love this. My takeaway from this is that outside of Smash Bros., fighting games are still a pretty niche genre that doesn't sell super well. I mean, if 15.7 is the absolute most a fighting game has ever sold, 15.7 million, that means there isn't a single fighting game in the top 50 best-selling games of all time yet. To make that list, you have to have sold at least 16 million copies, so maybe Ultimate can get there. But for comparison, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing sold nearly 18 million copies, Lemmings sold 20 million, Kinect Adventures sold 24 million, Terraria sold 27 million, Skyrim has sold 30 million, and Minecraft has sold 176 million copies. So fighting games just don't put up numbers in the same ballpark. We know what the best-selling game is, but what is your favorite fighting game of all time? Let me know in the comments. Mine is Rival Schools. For all your video game news, stay tuned, IGN.